My name is Jordyn Aspyn, and I am producing the rewrite by Lynda Crawford. When I read through the plays, pretty much immediately I knew I wanted to do the rewrite, and I tried to go in really tactfully, and I was just kind of feeling out the vibes of how much money was being bid, and I kind of had like, this is my different budget scenarios. And so the way it played out, once we got down to the end, I was like, poop. I have to like put all my money, it was more even than I had. It was like the very top of my budget for the script. So once I did that, I knew that drastically dropped my director budget. So like from that point on, I was like, poop. So yeah, I knew it was coming. Like, it had passed through my mind that I might not get the chance to have a director this time. And I knew that at some point, one of the weeks, if I were to advance, I wanted to direct one. Didn't know it would be this week, kind of sprung up on me, but it's great, it happened, and I'm ready for it. But yeah, it's a lot more going on, and my brain is in like a million places, but I actually feel like I'm being productive still. And it's really great to get to play with the actors. One of the things that I was looking for was the energy. The energy of the person was one of the biggest things that helped me decide in the readings distinctly. And each of them are energetic and determined, and they bring something really lively to the script. There were many things that drew me to the script. I really love the way she's just used the language. It's got this cool feeling of, like, it feels like it's heightened language, but it's also so natural and human and realistic, and it just flows super well. And it's funny, and it's quick, and it's witty, and I loved the arc of it, and I loved the character progressions, just everything about it. There wasn't one thing that like I could complain about the script. I also wanted to go in with something really, really different from what we did last week, and so this definitely gives me that opportunity. I think there are a lot of different things you can take away from the script, but one thing I really hope that people can take away is just to think about how what you do affects other people, whether you realize it or not, or if you're doing it intentionally, but maybe it comes back around to you in the end.
This is The Rewrite by Lynda Crawford.
There's someone here to see you, Rip.
Reading.
I'm afraid you'll have to stop.
I was promised an undisturbed time. You can't expect me to read all these plays amid constant interruptions. Shadowy ne'er-do-wells begging for an autograph.
I don't think she's a fan.
She? An actress with a grudge? We didn't use women for the female roles.
I doubt it. She has connections. Zeus. I was told we couldn't refuse.
Ah, but finally a good one. Agamemnon 2.0 by Charles Mee, a remaking of the Aeschylus classic. Here, read it with me. It will be good for you. You be Clytemnestra. Let me experience her words coming at me from here.
This man was a murderer, sacrificing his own daughter to his ambition and his cowardice. Who was safe at home with a man who would murder his own defenseless daughter? I apologize for nothing. I beg no one for forgiveness. Do you think I don't know it was wrong? Unforgivable. Although I beg forgiveness, I would cut his throat again.
and be yourself a murderer?
So this is the great Euripides, and playing the role of a righteous man. How amusing.
I am so sorry, Rupert.
No, it's all right. And you are?
A woman wronged.
Were we involved in the before?
You came to know me once, or so you pretended.
The details of my life back then have faded considerably. The little incidents of that short run mix now with the plots of all the plays I've read. Hard to say what was real.
Your grasp of facts was no less flawed when you were living.
So you knew me back in my days at the Acropolis, heyday of the dramatic arts and birth of the great playwrights. Aeschylus, Sophocles, Aristophanes. Me.
The boys' club.
I sense some disparagement. We had the largest theater audiences of all time.
A hollow accomplishment when they are forced to attend.
Who are you?
A woman wronged. Perhaps you'd like to write a play about it?
I'm not writing. Haven't in 2,500 years. I just tend to the library now.
Perhaps you ought to get back to it. Carve out a moment in this vast expanse of ever after to write again.
I've secured my place, made my name. My Bacchae is listed as one of the 100 best dramatic works of all time on Playbill.com. Hippolytus, Alcestis, Hecuba, Trojan women. They're all done at least once a season somewhere. And of course, Medea.
Medea!
Now there was a woman wronged. But you see, I've already covered that territory, so if you don't mind, I'm in the catharsis of an exquisite drama, and I just do not have time. What?
You must right your wrong.
Excuse me, madam, I do
My name is Medea.
Medea? My Medea?
No. Not your Medea. Not the fabrication you created that's been disseminated through the ages. You stole my life. You distorted my story. You, Euripides, must right your wrong.
Medea. Well, now, this is getting interesting. But how exactly, my dear, did I distort your story? Did you not fall in love and marry Jason of the Argonauts and the Golden Fleece? Did Jason not betray you, agreeing to take the hand of King Creon's daughter, deserting you and the children? Did you not then plot your heinous revenge?
Yes, okay, I am a murderess. But I did it all for love.
And now I suppose you feel contrite.
No, if anything, I have an appetite for more.
Gracious.
Audacious.
And what you've written is fallacious. Yes, I killed for love, but you, Euripides, you killed for sport.
Me? Who did I ever kill?
You killed my reputation, murdering my sons all over again and putting the knife in my hands so that my name is forever linked to one crime, killing my children.
Yes, well, that is still something society finds repugnant.
But it is a crime I did not commit! And you would have known that. In all that was written about me before you created your fiction, it was clear that I killed the princess and her father, Creon, but it was the townspeople who murdered my children in revenge for poisoning the girl in the gang!
Playwrights take dramatic license. That's what we do. On the whole, I think I captured you well. A strong female character. Some called me revolutionary.
I call you upstart. Not equipped to handle the responsibility of bringing a story to life. Your portrayal was moralistic, opportunistic, mocking the female gender, set to disgrace all women for having rage at being traded in, and then you traded in my truth for a sensationalist ending. Was my gift of a poison robe that killed the king and his princess not delicious enough? If you had dramatized my reaction as the townspeople savagely murdered my children, you would have. It wasn't enough for you! Ugh.
Everyone's a critic. What is it they say?
There are 3 human compulsions.
1.
To eat.
2.
To have sex.
And 3. And 3. to rewrite someone else.
To rewrite someone else's play.
I cannot account for the instincts that led me to that ending. I always ask the same thing of my characters. What is the worst that can happen? My Medea answered thusly. I do not apologize for her transformation from your realities.
You must write a new one, the way it was. I will give you every detail.
Even if I wanted to, we're not able to return to our previous pursuits here in the Hella sector. They've assigned me a relentless task in exchange for this library, to read every play ever written. Think of it, all those slush piles. Eventually, they come to me.
Reading plays all day? Doesn't sound like hell is such a bad place to land.
Oh, depends on the play. But I have ulterior motives. I'm in search of my missing plays, particularly my beautiful Andromeda, which even the jealous Aristophanes had to admit was the favorite of Dionysus himself. They have to turn up here one day, and I'm hoping to then piece the fragments of my children back together for posterity.
What about my posterity?
Why is this so important to you now?
We all have our faults. Mine was jealousy. Rage. Murder. All right, I have a temper. But this false claim of filicide is what they use to cast me as evil. And not just me. All women. Men kill their children, and they call it sacrifice. Look at poor Iphigenia.
I have, at least twice.
What other creatures are bred so exquisitely and purposefully for mistreatment as women are?
I believe that was my line.
Got a few things right.
But women do kill their offspring even more than men. I didn't invent that.
The world of mortals hangs heavier for some. Fear buries itself inside and creates its own reasoning. Women who commit this act imagine they're sparing their children the pain that awaits them. War, devastation, disease, a life of interminable suffering. Perhaps I could have done this, but I did not. You have gone too far, Euripides. Right me right!
Sorry, I did my Medea.
I can see to it that you never reach catharsis again!
At my age, that's to be expected.
How can you live with this untruth?
Untruth? No, because you didn't do it doesn't mean you wouldn't. It was within the realm of possibility. You said so. No. You said so yourself. I didn't create this crime. I found it within the human heart.
Well then, I will rewrite it right here, right now. You are now an actor in my play, my Medea, and I do not kill my children, but I kill you, Euripides!
No! I'll do it. Oh no, I mean I'll write it. I was an aspiring playwright who never got a shot. Let me do it. You want the townspeople to kill the children? Great. We can bring the hordes rushing on. Maybe use video or bring the audience up to do it. A postmodern Clytemnestra.
No! This will be my most famous murder, to kill the man who murdered my name with his poison pen!
But Medea, I'm dead already. The afterlife must be so frustrating for a murderess.
You misunderstand. I will murder in you what has not yet died. I will take from you what you long for most, the return of your precious words. I call on Zephyrus, Euros, Nodos, and Boreas! Blow for winds and scatter his fragments to dust! All those lost manuscripts, you'll never put them back together! Your precious children will be lost to you forever! And you could say you had a chance to save them. You could say you killed them.
But wait, I am not...
Save your breath! You, aspiring playwright. Let's see what you've got.
Really?
Where are you going? No! You must stay and help me recreate my lost works. She destroyed them. I'll write them again!
But you've been forbidden.
So what? I can't lose my children. Help me. I have much to teach you. You'll learn at my feet.
Sorry, Rip.
You should know better than to tangle with a woman like me.
A woman like you.
A woman like me. Clever.
I wrote that!
We'll keep it in.